Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jake and James podcast. I'm James.
I'm Jake.
And this is the podcast where we just talk to each other about whatever we want.
Exactly. Let's first start off by talking about why we started this podcast.
So, we used to live in the same state for what was it? Not 18 years. A long time. And and recently I have moved to a completely different state. Like 3 states away, which makes it really difficult to be able to, talk.
It makes it difficult to hang out too, because I don't really have the time to travel 3 states away.
Especially not just like, hey, I want to go to the mall.
Exactly.
So we decided that we're going to create this podcast so we can basically just talk to each other.
Exactly. And hopefully people will find it entertaining.
Yeah.
If not, it'll just be fun to document our conversations, because we sometimes talk about interesting stuff.
And then 40 years down the road, when we're not that old, we can go back and listen to what we said.
Right. And see how much we've stayed nerds, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. So what's new with you recently? Is that grammar?
Grammar. It's fine. Nothing's been too new with me recently. I decided to take the summer off from school, so I've had a lot of free time. Been doing some house projects, which has been fun. Painting the kitchen and stuff, yeah.
Yes, that's...
It was an undertaking, and it took a lot longer than any of us expected, but that's how house projects always work.
House projects are always fun. I mean, I don't do a lot of them, but...
Yeah. I do a lot of them, but I always feel like I somehow end up messing them up.
Yeah, that's why I don't do a lot of
them. Yeah.
So,
how about you? What's new with you?
So, I have recently graduated high school.
Yay!
Yay! I didn't actually think I was going to do that. I thought I was going to get a GED and just placement test into college, but instead I've graduated high school and I'm got a placement test into college.
Congratulations.
Because I didn't take the ACT. Take the ACT. It's helps you get into college. You have to take a test anyway.
Yeah. So what are your post-high school plans?
Post. I always get confused with the post. For some reason, when I hear post something, I always think of before, but it's after.
Yeah.
My high school plans currently are to stay alive. I don't really have many plans. I don't make a ton of plans.
Yeah. Your plan should be to not cook pizza until you die, because that seems to be the current problem.
Yes. For all of you who don't personally know me, I currently work in a pizza shop, and it's the worst job in the world. It's
what do you actually do? Because I don't know what you do all the time. I mean, I can assume it's not just cooking pizza all the time. So
it's cooking pizza all the time.
Really?
It's pretty much.
You have to run cash registers or anything?
I mean, I do that, but it's can I take your order? Cool, let me go make it now. Oh. Oh, yeah, now let me cut it now that it's out of the oven. And, I'm going to throw it at you because I hate this job. Except I don't throw it at the customers. I'm not mean. So...
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. So you recently got a job, so I've read on the group chat that I'm not a part of anymore.
Yes, I'm actually taking a hiatus from that group chat, so I'm not a part of it for right now either.
I've taken so far 3-month one, so it's fine.
Yeah. So I am doing an internship for over the summer because I need money. I have a passion for eating. So in order to make that happen, I need to have a job. So I'm doing an internship for over the summer, and it's at a manufacturing place. It should be interesting. I'm hoping to learn things, and it'll look good on my resume. So it should be a good time.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Sounds like it. Hey, I work in a
I mean,
manufacturing place too. I manufacture pizzas.
see, the thing is, I have no idea what to expect going into this. Like, I have no idea what the place looks like. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I have no idea who I'm going to be working with. So I'm like, in that regard, I'm kind of nervous just because I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty normal when starting a job, especially for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
this will be my first ever job. So
well, I've been working since I was 14. So
how, what were you doing at 14?
cutting grass at a church.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I
Yeah,
remember now.
that was not fun,
Mm.
but it was something. It gave me $20 every week
Which is pretty good,
for a
honestly, for
14-year-old.
14. Yeah.
Well, I also only worked 3 hours a week, so
Mm.
maybe it was I can't tell. I don't remember. Was it $20 every week or every 2 weeks? Either way, it was $20.
Yeah, $20 is $20 when you're 14. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
buy
I
video
can
games or Legos.
buy something. Does anything cost $20 anymore? I
Oh,
can't think of anything unless it's like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a sandwich.
$20, yeah. Everything costs. See, it's funny because when you start thinking about getting a job, it's like, yeah, I'll have all this money, and it's no, you won't have all this money.
You won't have all this money. It's all gone.
It's all gone. It's either you're saving it or it's you buy one thing and it's like, oh well,
Well, there goes my money.
yeah. So wait till the next paycheck now.
Especially when you get older and everything's expensive.
Right.
And
Like,
it's like, I no longer want this $5 ball. I want, this $1,000 computer so I can play my games,
right.
which are all
And
$60.
you also have to buy your thousands of dollars car and you have to pay for gas for said car.
Unless you're me, and then somebody gives you the car. And
Yeah, that's right. You got your Jeep from relatives.
they weren't relatives. They were just random people from my church that my parents
Oh,
knew.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess they weren't random people from my church. They were just people from my church my parents knew. And there's like, here's a car, which I'm grateful
Have a
for.
car. Yeah.
Except
Wish I had a free car.
Yeah. Your sister will get a new one eventually, and she'll be like, here's my old one.
I can keep the old car.
Unless she
Yeah.
trades it in.
That would be. Then I would have no car. I have to keep riding the bus or walking, which are my two options. Or
You
asking
could
for rides.
Do that old minivan your parents have that the door falls off.
Yeah, I can do the old minivan with the rusty doors.
And this way, if you ever
And
do
the
a
sprinkles everywhere.
carpool, you just
Yeah.
drive by and all your friends jump out the missing door.
Right. I can be like the UPS guys. They don't even have doors on their vehicle. They just jump right out. Think about how much more convenient that would be. I could save like 2 seconds a day.
Speaking of UPS, I'm mad at them.
Why? What happened?
So I'm standing here staring out the window
Uh-huh.
at the UPS driver who's delivering my package, which contains my new drawing pad, which wasn't expensive, but it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm standing here, and he's not next to the seat. And suddenly, I see a package fly from the back of the truck and like collide with the front of the truck. And it's just like, was that my package that you just chucked across the entire truck?
What, he threw it like in
He threw the package across the truck, and it just like hits and like bounces on the ground. I'm like,
Why did he do that?
that thing better still be intact.
Yeah. If you're a mail company, wouldn't you want it to be your primary concern to not break things? I mean, I guess you wouldn't be the one who would be, getting. I guess you just contact the person you bought it from, or Amazon, or whatever. But still, I mean, you kind of want to make it your goal to make sure things arrive in the best shape possible, right?
Yeah, like what if I had like a box of like Windows or something, and you just
Box of Windows. I just watched my box of Windows go flying toward the back of the truck.
How do you order Windows? I'm assuming not on Amazon, so it would probably be like, oh, it's a coffee mug.
Yeah, that would be a bit more realistic for Amazon. But maybe you can buy Windows, I'm not sure. I've never gone window shopping on Amazon before.
Well, technically, if you go by the term window shopping, which means you look instead of buy, yeah, I guess you can window shop on Amazon.
You can
You're just
window
not
shop
shopping for Windows.
Yeah.
Unless
You
it's
can
a
window
Windows
shop for
computer.
Windows. Yeah. Okay, that works.
There's too many windows.
Too many windows. Why are there so many windows?
Okay, so for this next part, um, how about you tell the world what is the thing that you do the most that's not boring like school?
What do I do the most? So recently, I've been playing a lot of guitar. I've I used to play guitar on and off. I would just do it every once in a while and learned like one song. And I mean, I learned one good song and then I knew some other, little
Like the Tim
songs. But
Hopkins colonoscopy song.
exactly like that. I would know like bits and pieces of songs, but I've never really like learned anything all the way through. And so I'm making it my goal to actually learn some real songs and just overall get better at playing. So that's been what I've been dedicating a lot of my time to lately.
Wow. I wish I had the patience to do something like that.
See, it's like you always go into it thinking that it's going to be so difficult or whatever. But honestly, I mean, it's fun, first of all, so that's a plus. And it's really, pretty rewarding when you're done with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play an instrument, but I just lose interest and end up getting mad and apparently selling my instrument at a yard sale.
Wait, you sold your violin?
I sold it for like 40
Really?
bucks because which
Well,
was
40 bucks is 40 bucks.
40 bucks, 40 bucks. It's 40 bucks I didn't have before. It helped me
Yeah.
buy something. Something for my computer setup.
Oh, okay.
I think it would have probably just been my keyboard.
Mm. Yeah. I'm actually looking to buy a new guitar. Mine works well still, but not for what I need it for. Like, it works well. The top notes aren't as great as they, you know, as on other instruments. So I'm going to be buying a new guitar probably within the next year or so.
It's not a
Looking
bad
forward to that.
idea. It's always
Yeah.
useful to have a good quality.
Right. See, that's the thing. It's more worth it to me to buy something that's a bit expensive than to deal with the, problems of a cheaper thing.
See, it's always hard to actually like go and spend the money on something,
Right.
but it's definitely more worth it
Definitely. Yeah.
to get.
At the time, I mean, especially if it's going to be something that you use a lot.
Yes. Like my most recent most expensive purchase would have been my computer, more than likely, because I need it especially to do this. But I was looking through, and I didn't want to spend more than 700. That was my goal. As I don't want to spend more than 700. So I was looking through all these 700 computers, and my final bill turned out to be 1,200, which was a little bit more than 700. But it's an amazing computer, so it's definitely worth the extra money. Because
Yeah.
or else I would have been stuck with something that's just like not that good.
Right.
It would have
See,
been my
especially-
laptop all over again.
Exactly. That poor laptop.
It
No
doesn't
one
even
knows-
like to turn on.
No one knows what's wrong with it. No one will ever know what's wrong with it.
I should take it into a shop. I wonder if they'd be able to fix it.
Okay, fixing laptops apparently is very expensive because it takes a lot. Because they're so hard to take apart. I mean, it depends though. Like if it's a software problem, that's probably easier to fix than if it's a hardware issue.
Yes, I don't know what the difference between software and hardware is. I probably should since I do nothing but computers. But
Software is the stuff that like the programs and stuff, and hardware is the actual machinery.
it's hardware.
Yes.
It's got to be hardware if it doesn't like to turn on.
Yeah, that's well, I don't know. I'm not a computer expert. I'd just be making things up.
Oh well. So this one works fine.
Mhm.
Okay. So my turn. What do? I am a gamer. That's a lot of what I do about game work, and I'm starting to draw. But drawing isn't important right now. It's because I'm talking about gaming. Um,
So, what would you say your ideal game of choice would be?
my ideal game of choice. It's actually a really difficult question because certain games do certain things. But if I were to play a game on my own, I think I'd probably do Apex Legends.
I've never played Apex, so
Oh,
I
you
don't know
should.
how.
It's good.
It's free, right? I should just download it and
It's
try
free.
it.
Yes, it's free.
Hmm.
Yeah, download it and try it, and then we can play.
Maybe we could
Maybe we
stream
can
it on
play
your
on
other
this
channel.
channel. We can either stream it on my channel or this channel.
Yeah.
Um, oh, speaking of my channel, you guys should all check it out. It's called JPressA.
Hmm.
All one
Yeah,
word.
that's probably a good thing to mention because, I mean, that's another thing that you dedicate a lot of time to.
Yeah, I haven't recently because I haven't. But I will again. I'm doing more
Mhm.
live streams.
Yeah. Live streaming is just easier because there's less editing. Well, I mean, there's no editing. So,
No
I
editing.
mean, no editing, and then it just makes things easier. Less
It
work involved.
does. And it makes it easier to collab.
Hmm.
It's not as great on YouTube to do a live stream
Yeah.
because you have all of that before the show. But
Right.
but it works out,
Yeah.
I think. And yeah, so anything else new with you?
I'm trying to think. Um. Oh, I have something. I'm taking my driver's test tomorrow.
Oh,
So,
that's
yes, I'm going to
great.
finally have my license after all these years of having my permit and not using it. Over like the last 2 months, I've been working on practicing, and I'm finally ready enough to take my test. Hopefully,
Did you learn to parallel park? I've heard that's important.
okay. I guess there's no parallel parking for the driving test, so
There better not be. I can't. I
yeah.
can't even think of doing.
I haven't. I think there's just like a 3 point turn, and then
Oh,
I think
I gotta do that too.
that's not so bad actually.
I haven't even tried it.
Honestly, a lot of my practice, like doing turning and stuff, it came from mowing the lawn, just because I had to turn around and stuff on the tractor, so it
My
makes it
dad
easier.
didn't let me use the riding mower
Really, why not?
because he wanted to.
Oh, yeah, that's understandable. I love riding the lawnmower. It's great. I sometimes do it like even when the grass doesn't really need to be cut, but I mean it's high enough that riding around will make somewhat of a difference. I just do it for fun sometimes.
Yeah, I used to. I've done the riding mowers before when I was 14, doing
Mm,
cutting the grass at the church. The 0 point turn ones are great.
yeah, I've never ridden one of those before.
They're a little bit more difficult to steer, but they're really fast.
Yeah, they go a lot faster than a regular tractor.
Like I wish a car was 0 point turn.
They should invent 0 point cars.
It'll make a U-turn easier.
Yeah.
I'm just moving around.
Just like, yeah, driving to the line. And
I'm facing the other way. So yeah, I need to take my driving test.
yeah. Have you been practicing driving or no?
I have been practicing driving a lot.
Mm.
I drive to work every day,
Oh, okay.
and today I drove to the high school that I attended to, which is a decent amount of distance grammar
Mhm.
away, and
Your short stint at that high school for like
yeah, I
two
know.
months
I
or
was there
something.
for like 2 weeks.
Oh, only 2 weeks? I thought it was
Yeah, I was there for
longer
about
than
two
that.
weeks. I did two full
Wow.
year classes in 2 weeks. I'm
I'm impressed.
Yeah, so am I. I managed to pass them each with B's.
Oh, that's really good, considering that you took them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're online classes though, so it wasn't that bad. I never actually read any of the lessons. So
Oh, you just did the work. I mean, that's probably honestly what I would do. Or I would just review the stuff that seemed important.
yeah, see, I say I did it in 2 weeks, but one of them was ecology, which is
Oh, okay.
simple enough, and one of them was it's called bridge math, which is basically a mix of all of the math.
Mm.
So the only annoying one is trigonometry because I've never done a single trigonometry question in my life.
Oh, yeah, I can see how that would be difficult then.
But I did plenty of algebra and algebra 2 throughout the rest of my year, so it wasn't too difficult.
Yeah.
So, wait, you're on your third year of college?
Yes, this fall I'll be going into my third year of college. I did college classes all through high school, so I graduated high school with my associate's degree. So I'm like 2 years ahead. which means I have 2 years to just do nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you got 2 years to finish off that 10-year degree you want.
Exactly. I'll just 10 years. I don't know. I still haven't fully decided how much school I'm going to do because I have a feeling I'm going to end up just doing more school even after I graduate with a higher degree. Because
Why?
it's weird. I don't know. I kind of like school. I like school, but I don't like the stress that comes with it. But I think if I just manage my time better, I can better deal with the stress.
School sucks.
See, like it's weird though because like I've had all this time off, but somehow I'm looking forward to the fall just so I could kind of go back to school. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta start school in the fall, and see, you're getting school for free.
Yeah, I do have scholarship, so
I
that helps.
don't, unfortunately, which is really confusing with my 3.7 GPA, my early college for like one semester, and my
Yeah.
ROTC. I should have gotten at least one, but
Yeah, that would make sense to have some sort of. I mean, especially for the ROTC, people get scholarship for that. But
yeah. But I mean, it's hard enough for me to exist with people who are looking at me, so I guess that the people who don't actually know me in person probably don't see me.
yeah, maybe if you look up ROTC scholarship applications, you might be able to find something. But
Possibly.
yeah, Might be worth checking out. I don't know though.
Probably. I'm hoping that my financial aid kicks in.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm still convinced that I'm just a part of your imagination.
You're just the only reason you exist is because I imagine you
This is probably just you talking on a camera.
talking to myself.
Since I'm
that.
controlling the live streams, you're not actually live right now. It's just...
No, I'm just talking to the webcam. That's it. Like it's weird though because I have to keep looking at the webcam instead of looking at like you, like you're recording because like it's otherwise I'll just be staring like this the whole time. So,
I don't look at the webcam, but that's because you can't see my eyes anyway because I have glasses.
That's true, and I don't have glasses yet, so
Wear those
I'll probably
sunglasses you
inevitably
checked
end
across
up-
the room.
yeah, I can. I'm probably gonna have to get glasses pretty soon, especially for driving because my distance vision is not the greatest.
As long as you pass the driving test, you should be fine.
Yeah, but I mean just for like my own sake because it'll be nice to be able to read road signs before I'm like 10 feet away. It's not that bad, but you know what I mean.
When I said driving test, I meant vision test, which
Am I gonna have to do that tomorrow?
yeah, there's a vision test that you'll have to take, or else because if you don't pass it, you get restrictions on your license
Oh,
and stuff, and it's annoying. But fortunately, when I did it for my permit, I passed it
okay.
barely. I could actually, when I first did the vision test, I could see the letters. This time, I didn't see them as well. I hope my vision's not going more.
Were you did you use your glasses or were you allowed to or no?
No, I took those off.
Okay.
Because, or else, if you have to have glasses to pass the vision test, you get restrictions as well.
Interesting.
I didn't want restrictions on my license because I'm hoping one day to not have to wear these glasses. Because
Would you consider getting surgery? Eye surgery?
the laser stuff. I've considered it before. I just don't really want to pay for it. So if they're like, "Hey, you want to have free surgery?" Sure.
Okay, that's funny. I was just I was watching GMM yesterday, and it was the episode with Weird Al, and he was talking about how he had that surgery done for free because they broadcasted it on public TV.
Hey, public TV.
Yeah.
You want me to broadcast my surgery? I'll do it.
He was like, "I'm glad I went with that because it gives them more incentive to not mess up because it's on TV."
Yes, that would be cool, but unfortunately, I'm not famous.
That's true.
So
Maybe you can apply. Maybe there's an application process, and you're just like, "Hey, I'd be
I'm
willing."
tired of applications.
Yeah, it seems at this age, all you do is fill out paperwork and do applications.
It's like,
Job application,
you
school
want to do
application.
college? Here's an application. You want to drive your car? Fill out all this paperwork. You want to, I don't know, go to the grocery store? You gotta
Fill out the paperwork.
Fill
It's
out-
all paperwork.
You want to buy a box of mac and cheese? You gotta fill out this worksheet to know all the.
So much paperwork.
I mean, I made up that worksheet, which I don't know why I'm explaining it because everybody knows, but. So, yeah, paperwork.
Fun times. Well, I will say that this podcast so far, well, it hasn't gone completely off the rails. It's been much more successful and at least cohesive. So we
Much
have that
better
going
than our
on.
first 2 attempts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. We had our first attempt, and then the second attempt.
So, what is up with microphones when they suddenly are just, hey, you know how you've been using me for the past 3 months? I'm not going to work this once.
Yeah, that happened, which is why, well, one of the reasons we decided to scrap the old podcast. And besides, it was kind of just rough to begin with.
So, yeah,
We kind of had a topic planned out, but not really, so it just went downhill fast.
we were just like, ready. This is our topic. Go.
Basically, and then we were forgetting. Like, there were numerous times where we had to pause and like backtrack to remember what we were talking about. We followed so many rabbits.
Yes. I considered renaming our podcast Rabbits after that.
Which would have been great, except we don't want it to be all rabbits.
Rabbits are fun.
We can have
but
a
they
rabbit.
Can get annoying.
We should have a rabbit episode every once in a while where we
Just talk.
talk about. We'll just go down that rabbit trail. Just any random thing that pops into our minds, we can just follow that rabbit.
That would be fun.
It would be very fun.
As long as the audio works.
Yes. See, another thing, the audio died halfway through, so like I was going back and watching the replay, and it was me just going.
For all of you who are listening and not watching, he's moving his mouth, but no words are coming out. Because he got muted.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. There are going to be listeners. So, yeah.
He
there was no sound.
Muted, and I sounded like a robot whose voice box got put in upside down.
Yes, you did for some parts. It wasn't as bad for some areas, but it was just.
It depended
overall.
on how loud I was talking. If I was talking really loud, and it was fine. But if I was not talking loud, it wasn't fine.
Yeah.
Stupid filters. Don't filter your audio.
It's worth it to just have the clicks from the keyboard.
Which we don't have this time because we're not searching anything. We're going to try to not search.
Right, because, I mean, it is annoying for the keyboards to be clacking, but it's too hard to try to filter out the audio.
And what's the point of searching anyway? You guys don't know what we're doing.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you can't see it, that's why we need a producer to just search stuff for us and then talk about it.
Hey, does anybody want to be a free producer that can work between 2 states?
Work between 2 states and work at obscene hours in the middle of the night to record?
Yeah, it's only 12:30.
It's only 12:30. It's fine.
It's when I'm most alive. I'm a vampire.
What am I?
I don't know.
I'm more of a turtle, maybe.
Well, the turtle wins in that one story with the rabbit.
Yeah, I'm faster than a rabbit, which is ironic considering how much we chased rabbits that last episode.
Yeah, I think the rabbit won in that one.
The rabbit definitely won. It's like rabbit 10, us 0.
Stupid rabbits.
So much rabbits.
Okay, so we're having technical difficulties on this podcast as well, but luckily we don't have to scrap this one.
Yes, everything seems to be working fine except the live stream.
Except for the live stream. The
YouTube live stream was not on.
So the Twitch people, hi Twitch people, you can see us.
Yes, you were able to see all of that.
All of our trying to figure out what's going on. But YouTube, sorry, but we're invisible to you.
Yes.
We'll have to figure that out.
Yes. So.
But the podcast people, it's perfect. You don't have any mess ups because it's the power of editing.
Exactly. The power of editing, no one has to know about that.
And you also don't have to see us.
Right.
So that's a benefit.
It's debatably better.
Yeah, no, but I just have to edit it for YouTube now. Because I am our editor because we don't have a team.
No.
Do you
It's
want to
just
edit?
the two of us. Do I want to edit?
No,
I could-
because
I
I think
could
I have
edit.
more time than you.
That's true.
I'll edit it. So, so anyways, we are actually going to go ahead because it's late. We're gonna make, and it's our first podcast, and it's just the introduction. We're just gonna cut this one short. It's only about half an hour long.
We're going to aim to have them between 45 minutes and an hour from now on. Just a nice, healthy little podcast time. But this one, since it was the introduction, there was going to be less to talk about anyway, so we decided to go a little bit shorter on this one.
Go short. Just so that you can see into our world a little bit, kind of know who you're listening to.
Yeah.
So we're not just two random weirdos on the
interwebs.
Earphones.
Two random weirdos on the earphones. We should change our tagline to that. I kind of like that. Jake and James podcast. Two random weirdos
on the earphones.
on your earphones. We should do that. I gotta write that down so I don't forget.
That's a good idea. So we'll use that as our since in the podcast we have to fill in a description of the podcast anyway. I'll fill that in there. Just go ahead and send that to me once we're turn this offline so that we can.
Yeah, perfect. So now, because I had to write it down because I'm totally bound to forget it. Or I guess we could have just gone back and watched the recording, but this is easier.
Yeah, who wants to watch themselves?
I don't.
I already have to do it once with editing.
Most of these will probably not be watched by me because I can't stand watching myself. I don't know.
Yeah. So, you guys will... If anything's wrong, you'll have to let us know because we're not going to watch it.
No. I mean, we'll skim through it, but...
I'll watch it because of editing, but it'll pretty much just me knowing where I have to cut stuff out.
Yeah.
And cutting it out there. Like the show before... can't speak. The show before the show, which is what we call the segment before we actually go into our intro that only live stream viewers get to watch.
Yes, it's a special occasion where we flounder around and try to think of a beginning to the podcast. It's quite fun.
Because I'm probably going to cut that out and then repost it on YouTube.
Yeah, just as a side clip because it can be fun.
It's just better that way.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go through all the lameness of our show before the show. What am I saying? It's not lame. Watch our live streams.
Yeah, it's great. It's not lame. It's great. It's perfect.
So yeah, anyway, we're going to go ahead and end this podcast here. We hope you all enjoyed it.
Certainly.
Or at least didn't want to run away.
If you didn't enjoy it, I hope that you weren't completely annoyed by us.
Yes, we don't try to be annoying.
But, I mean, maybe we are. I'm sorry.
Who knows?
We are.
I'm sorry.
My apologies.
Don't yell at me, please.
Yeah. Please don't. I mean, if you can just tell us if we're annoying, that's perfectly fine. But just don't yell.
Speaking of telling us things, you guys want to send us questions? How about you email at us?
Email at us.
Yeah, email at us. How about you email us at jakeandjames.gp@gmail.com. So you can send us any questions you have, any comments you have. If you don't want to comment in the comment section.
Right, because we're still trying to figure out what the main portion of this podcast is going to be. So, it's
difficult to come up with topics. So we really could use your questions.
it would be fun to do different segments where a segment where we talk about what we're doing, and then a segment where we answer questions, or a segment where we talk about if we could divide things up a little bit more in the future. But we need your help with that.
Only you can help us.
Only you can make this podcast listenable.
So,
all right.
Yeah. We will catch you guys next time. I've never said that before. I'm never saying that again.
Catch you guys next time.
Yeah, no. We'll let you listen to us in the next podcast.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.